Hey, what's up, Spaceship Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Just want to kind of put some content out there. Just a topic, nothing really too crazy, but something that's been on my mind since I saw people posting V-Star Universe and going back and looking at people's content. It's been changing a little bit. Let me know how you feel about this. Maybe I'm just the one over here like drinking some crazy juice or something, but I have some opinions about something. Just mine. Nothing against anybody personally. Don't take it fucking like that. Don't shove it right up your ass. It's okay. I ain't going after nobody. Just hear me out for a second, right? So I've been looking at people's content. I've been watching stuff, especially with V-Star Universe and things like that. I've always been a modern card collector. I've always kept up with that stuff and made sure that I got the modern cards, the things that I like. And I think Pokemon does things to innovate the TCG every step of the way, right? I don't think that's something that can be argued at this point. What you prefer? Sure, maybe you're a vintage head or anything like that, but like, I mean, to say that like the alternate arts or some of the now full art trainers or like the gold cards just aren't crushing it, I mean, you're kidding yourself if you say that stuff. I'm just, in my personal opinion, of course. But when I look at people now, and especially as the content space has changed over the last 3 or 4 years, right? Like, I mean, people have come and gone. But the one constant I've seen, especially for people hopping back into Pokemon, I may have been guilty of it myself as well, is they'll post vintage, right? They'll get on there and they'll get on a vintage train, right? They'll go through it. This is me. This is my personal opinion, okay? I think vintage is the most boring content in the fucking world to see now. I really do. And I'm sorry if this affects you. I got nothing personally against you and your content. This is just my preferences. I want to just throw it out there and see how people feel about it. Like, vintage, I've seen like come and go a lot. I've seen people talk about that stuff, and especially with the boom, people would always come out the fucking gate and they'd always have their base set cards or their base set product. They'd come out. I mean, think about it, right? Think of all the big YouTubers, the big dick, giant ass YouTubers, right? They come out and they're like, check out this base set box or check out this fossil box, right? Now, that sounds interesting, right? The content going for that. Now, repeat that shit for 3 years. Every single person coming back into Pokemon and they have that stuff, or anybody with a little bit of money, or any of our big celebrities, what the fuck do they do? It's always the same shit. Base set, fossil, jungle, Team Rocket, Wizards of the Coast shit, right? Very rarely do you have people hop into the modern cards, and it's become more apparent that that's really the only content that those guys want to shill. And to that point, it just gets really old and boring and stupid. I mean, think about the videos that they put out, right? Once again, I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but I mean, like, say someone opens up a base set box, right? What's the chase card they're trying to pull every single fucking time? It's Charizard, right? Like, no one fucking opens that box like, oh yeah, I want to get myself a Hitmonchan. I want to get me a Poliwrath, baby. That's my chase card. Like, every single time you see someone open a base set box, you know what they're going for. You're going for the fucking Charizard. Same with, like, any of the other boxes. You see someone open Fossil, they want Dragonite, right? You see someone open Jungle, probably want one of the evolutions, probably one of the big ones like that. They want the Jolteon, the Flareon, or Vaporeon, right? That's probably what they're going for from those boxes, if I had to say. And any set that has like a Charizard, like Team Rocket for the Dark Charizard, duh, no fucking figure. Gym Challenge, Blaine's Charizard, whoa, woo, crazy content. And imagine seeing that for 3 to 4 years as Pokemon was popping off, like almost daily. People were uploading videos about them going after base set cards. Dude, it's mind-numbing. And then people post on Instagram, and it's the same shit where people are like, guys, check out this grail that I got. And it's like, bro, if you show me a fucking Charizard, and you know what they do every single time? They put out their face, they're like, oh yeah, fucking Char. And then they flip it around, it's a Charizard. Once again, if this affects you, I'm sorry. It's not about anybody in particular. I've done some dumb shit myself. Just, this is me. Vintage content is just so played out, so boring. It's what every single person did when they came back into the hobby. It's just the biggest flex, the biggest cash shit. And I mean, like, now, like, modern is like taking off. You can get a little bit of money out of modern sets now. I mean, the Alt Art Lugia, it's no joke. Japanese cards, also no joke. Anything that's modern now. And I feel like people now posting vintage and acting like it's the best shit ever. It's just, I don't know, man. To me, it's just, it's so played out. Like, I mean, how many times can Pokerev open up, like, vintage? Leonhardt, too. Like, how many times can you open up, like, the same product and be like, are we gonna get the Charizard this time? Are we gonna get it? And this isn't shitting on Pokerev or anybody like that. Like, and not even shitting on Leonhardt, essentially for that. There's plenty that you can criticize Leonhardt for. And I mean, it's just, how many times? How many times can you watch someone open the same shit and then be like, oh, wonder what it's Charizard they're going. It's not even about the Charizard. It's just base set cards, like just seeing people open them again and again and again and again. And certain content creators, I guess, can bring something fucking to that table. I guess so. But it's just at some point, it's like, man, when does vintage just like get played out? When do people just stop doing it? And you can see the prices now. I think some people are kind of opening up and going up towards the old modern cards and just checking out those arts. I mean, the artists are killing it right now. the alternate arts, the full art trainers, just things that people are putting out, the gold cards. Bruh, you mean to tell me that those cards just aren't killing it right now? You mean to tell me the modern sets just aren't doing it really good? I don't know. It's just played out. Played the fuck out, in my opinion. I'm just kind of tired of seeing people talk about vintage, and it's just my personal opinion. You can only talk about the money and value of cards when it comes to that shit so much. And I mean, like, the video is just like, oh yeah, going for that Charizard again, aren't you? No. Yeah, I'm going for Charizard. Of course you are. And then it's just played the fuck out over and over again. At least with modern, you run into those people every once in a while that's like, oh, I want to get unknown. I don't want to necessarily get Lugia. Oh, I'd like this Reggie Drago. Oh, I'd like this full art trainer. Of course, there's still people that want the Lugia alternate art. Of course there are. But, you know, there's people that also want to get some other stuff too. You haven't seen these cards for 20 fucking years. And I don't know. That's me as someone who's been into Pokemon for a very, very, very long time. I think vintage is just kind of out. And I don't dislike vintage. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying it's played the fuck out. And I'm kind of tired of seeing the same people making the same videos about vintage over and over and over and over and over again. It's like fucking Groundhog's Day. Like every time the Groundhog comes up, it's just fucking another box. They got another base set box. Guess what I'm going for today? It's fucking Charizard, I bet. I bet it's Charizard. Like, I mean, count how many times Leonhard has opened like heavy base set packs. It's just, I don't know. It's me. Let me know if I'm just drinking some crazy juice. I'm not shitting on vintage cards. I have plenty of vintage. I have plenty of things. I'm not just saying they're bad. Just how many times can people do it? That's all I'm saying. Played the fuck out. Played the fuck out on Instagram Reels where it's just, let me know. That's all I got. See you guys later. Happy holidays. All that good shit.